Hello, I'm Gina Yong, Breastfeeding Consultant and Nurturing Parents Coach. I'd like to share with you a story about a friend of mine whose name is Angie. Many years ago, she got married, she got pregnant, and then she delivered a beautiful baby boy. And then when the boy was about 3 or 4 months old, the husband divorced her, emptied their joint bank account, and then ran off. And of course, Angie was very devastated and she was left in a lurch to raise her child herself. And she did the next best thing that she thought she could do, all right, which is to get a very high paying job in another country out of Malaysia and leave her baby son with her mother, the grandmother, and she went to work and now hoping to get enough savings so that their future will be secured. And that's what she did for 11 years. She came back once a year, maybe for 2-3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks to see her son. And then she will go off back to her work out of the country. And after 11 years of doing so, she decided that she had made enough money, she had accumulated enough savings, and it's time for her to settle down back with her son, to raise her son herself. And that's what she did. And when she came back, she set up home for her and her son. And of course, grandma gets her freedom to do whatever she likes. She has been spending 11 years raising the boy herself, right? And this little boy, this 11-year-old boy, was very, very understandably upset with the change. He would not listen to his mom. He would not listen to Angie. He was always moody and always angry, and he says things like, I hate you, I want to go back and live with Papa, I do not want to stay with you. No, why do you have to do this? Why don't you stay away? Why don't you continue to stay away? I do not want you in my life. And of course, it broke Angie's heart. And Angie shared this with me, and I sympathize with her. I'm sad for her. And I suggested that, she gets help. Of course, she gets expert help, which she was kind of reluctant to do so. And I also suggested her to actually try, no promises, but to try to practice something called Nurutre Talk with her son. Her son is 11 years old. And there are certain techniques that she has to do, certain things that she has to do to practice nurture talk. But first of all, she had to ask permission from her son to do this. So that's what she did. She told her son, mommy has left you for many years, 11 years now, and for a lot of reasons which I do not want to go into until perhaps one day I will explain everything to you if you want to know about it. But mommy wants to tell you that I'm very, very sorry for doing it. Perhaps I shouldn't, but that's the best thing I know how to do, how to manage our situation at that time. But I want our relationship to improve. Can we do this together? And the son was like, so what do you want me to do? Son was not very cooperative, and mommy just said, all I want to do is to tell you that every single day while you're asleep, I will come into your room and just talk to you very softly. And the 11-year-old boy was like, you're not going to disturb my sleep, right? And mommy say, no, I'm just going to talk to you very, very softly. But I want your permission to be able to do that. And the son say, do whatever you want. You have always done whatever you want anyway. Son was not very friendly, okay? So I told her, keep at it. All right, since you have gotten his permission, just do it. So every single night, mommy and Angie will actually go to the son's room and talk to the son in a very, very quiet manner, to stay with the son for at least half an hour, talking to the son, telling the son that I love you, mommy loves you very much, mommy is sorry for leaving you for 11 years, but I did that because I thought that was the best. I love you very much, and I want our relationship to improve. You're a wonderful boy, and I want you to grow strong and healthy and happy, and mommy, I want you to know that mommy loves you very much. And on and on and on. She will keep repeating this for many, many days and days. I told her that she will have to do it for at least a minimum of 21 days, but 21 days, there was still no change. Don't give up. And she continued to do it for 1 month, for 3 months, for 6 months, and it became 3 years. 3 years later, slowly but surely, there were many, many bad days, but there were many good days as well when the son seems to be happy with her. The son seems to be able to have a good conversation with her. Sometimes the son will come home from school and tell mommy what happened at school, and they seem to have a good conversation. But there were a lot of days that there were shouting matches, and the boy was just screaming at the mom. But over the years, after 3 years, when one day, she told me that she wanted to take a photograph with the son, the boy actually put his hands around mommy's shoulder and they took a selfie. And it touches her heart so much, and she started to cry and she shared it with me. And over a period of many, many years later, they both now have a much better relationship than previously. Now, what has happened here? What has happened here is that the power of Nurutre Talk works. The mom actually spent and invested every single day, whenever possible, whenever she can. Very rarely that she does not do it. She invested every single day going into her son's room and talking to her son very, very quietly, telling him how much she loves him. All the 11 years of supposed neglect that the son has felt from her, it was given back to him, all the attention, all the love. It didn't work immediately, of course, but she didn't give up. She continued to build a good relationship. She continued to tell her son how much she loves him, even on the days that the son was really, really, really cold and really not open to her. She continued to do it. Okay. She was a firm mother. When discipline is necessary, she disciplined. When days were good, she rewards. But she didn't do it alone. She did it with the help from me, yes, and also from the help of reading books that I recommended and other friends recommended to her. And then she started learning more about better parenting, started learning more about how to deal with teenagers. So for my friend Angie, after 11 years, it was not too late. And for many of you as well, perhaps you too are going through a very difficult time with your young baby, maybe, or your toddler, maybe, or your preschooler, or your adolescents, or even your teenager. You may be going through a difficult time. I know I have gone through many, many difficult times. But as long as you understand and you know deep in your heart and you are honest with yourself that you come from a good place, you come from a place of good intention, you come from a place of love. Mommy and daddies, I want to tell you that yes, we make mistakes. But as long as you come from a place of love and you go forward and approach your child out of love, yes, it may be very difficult, but forgiveness can happen. Healing can happen, and you can build that good relationship you want with your own child. It can happen. Yeah. So I just want to give you confidence. I just want to give you assurance. I want to give you a motivation that mommy and daddy, it's not too late. Let's do the right thing for our children. And perhaps it can start with just praying for them with a lot of love and telling them how much you love them.
If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share it with all your friends. If you would like to sponsor and support my work to help more families, you can do so through Patreon. My Patreon link is as listed in the description below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.